Zoe Wu, and my presentation is going to be about development milestones in 4 to 5 years old children. There are 4 things that we could focus on. First is language and cognitive skills. Kids at this age, they can speak in more clear sentences and more complex sentences, and they could being able to understand simple words and letters like their own names, and they can be able to count more objects, more than 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 13, something like that. And they could have a greater attention span, have a better focus, and more aware of their surroundings and environments. And in movement skills and the motor skills, they also have a big change. At this age of kids, they mostly learn through play. It's a good way to develop more of smoother motor skills, like riding a tricycle, using utensils to feed themselves, or hopping around, being dressed. They could dress and undress themselves and brush their own teeth without mommy and daddy's helping, etc. And their emotional and social development is also hit a milestone at this age. They mostly learn through play and also social through play. And they can understand how to share and follow the rules of games, and they could even sometimes still be uncooperative with the rules from time to time, but they're 4 to 5, 7, 6, who knows. They also become more emotionally independent, as well as they just want to be more independent. And they could use words to express their feelings instead of physically like a baby. And there are a few signs we need to be concerned for development delay. Sometimes kids develop slower than average, and you should be able to see your children's change during this time of their life. And if you don't, or your children showing signs that they might be development delayed, then there are the signs we could be concerned. First, it's like if kids might be really extremely afraid, shy, aggressive, and they're also really anxious when they're being separated from their parents, and they like to be alone, and they have fewer interests than normal kids. And they have a poor focus, and they could be easily distracted. And they also have a hard time to respond to others, and they also have trouble with basic skills like eating, sleeping, or using bathrooms, etc. They basically cannot do what normal kids can do. And I'm gonna have a guest whose name is Hannah. She's my friend, and she's been working as a nanny for kids from 1 to 7 for 5 years. See you there. So this is my guest for my presentation. Her name is Hannah, and she's one of my classmates. And she's a nanny for kids averagely from 1 to 7 and babies too. And also, I'm gonna let her introduce herself real quick.
Yeah, my name is Hannah Milan, and I'm a nanny. I mostly take care of kids from the ages of 4 to 7, but I've also taken care of infants, 2-year-olds, anything really in that range.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna ask her questions about this age range about the kids. I'm not good at this. Okay, so what do you see when 4 to 5 years old, when the kids reaches to the age, what's the change between a toddler to a little child?
Well, in my experience, 4 and 5-year-olds, it's really when you see their personalities develop. I mean, obviously, like 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds, you see their personalities, but they really, I feel like, come more into their own opinions and are really trying to assert themselves. They're more independent, I think.
They've grown to more independent than before. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So I would definitely say a lot more independence. They want to do things on their own. They're less inclined, in my experience, to ask for help. They'll still ask for help or offer help, but I feel like that they really want to try and do their own thing, make their own way.
Yeah, okay. So, tell me about the kids.
Tell you about the kids.
The one that stay actively trying to kill you.
Oh,
I kind of asked her before.
No, there's one boy who's very he wants his own way. He's a very independent child. He is 6, and he decided recently the best course of action was to kill me because I wanted to put him on timeout because he heard about that on TV, and so oh my goodness sakes, okay.
You're like, what do you feel about this whole thing? Like when you just because he sees it on TV, like what do you feel about this kids in their age, like?
I think it's really up to parents to be monitoring like what kids watch. Really, I mean, it's obviously kids will watch whatever. So I think that just parents should be responsible for what their kids are watching.
Yeah, it's really important for your parents how to like educate them and stuff. So do you think the parents' parts are like important, like really important, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, what kind of way would you, if you have a 4 or 5 years old daughter or son you love so much, what you gonna do? Like what's your, I mean, you've been a nanny for 5 years, you have a lot of good opinions and stuff.
Experience.
Yeah, you could like share.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I just think that, I mean, specifically at the ages of like 4, 5, 6, I mean, it's really when they're sort of pushing boundaries. And you just have to have a lot of, I don't know, you have to respect the kids, obviously. I mean, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
But I just think that there's a lot of, setting a lot of boundaries is really important. Really creating clear rules so kids know what to expect, I think is really important.
So, well, like, what kind of boundary would you like think was good for kids that age?
Well, I would definitely say like making clear bedtimes, maybe clear rules about tidying up and respect. I think a big thing is also any sort of like name calling. Something that the kids I work with have a hard time with sometimes is name calling. So yeah, respect. And so I think that parents need to be very clear, like at an early age, about just like kindness and respect, because those are the things that are really, I feel like, getting developed at those ages. Or empathy.
That's a really good. I think I don't know that part, but now I know. That's beautiful. Thank you. And what about like their motor skills and how their activity? There must like, are they getting? What have you seen?
As far as motor skills go, I feel like you can really see developments in like coloring, handwriting, specifically at like 5 and 6. I've seen in the kids that I work with is that I've seen a lot of improvement from when they were 4 to they're about to turn 7 now, and you can really see like clear improvement in just their ability to just use their hands even.
What about like, can we make an example like their ability to just be able to more like engage with like harder activities like biking and stuff?
Oh, that's a great example actually. They specifically the girl I take care of, who is I've started taking care of her when she was 4, and now she's almost 7.
Oh wow, you've been taking care of her for 3 years.
Yeah.
You're good now.
Thank you. She used to have a really hard time with bike riding, and there'd just be a lot of like wiggling around. Now it's very steady. She's definitely has a lot of skill now, and a lot of improvement.
Okay, that's great. I guess I don't have more questions than I've already asked.
Okay.
Thank you for
absolutely. You're very welcome.